Hello and namaskar. Very good evening, everyone. This is Shilpa from shiksha.com, moderator for this session. Today, our topic of discussion is how to crack a campus placement interview. And our agenda will be to know how to research about a company, what's the difference between on-campus and off-campus placement, CV versus resume, questions and the procedure for the pre-placement presentation, group discussion, written and interview rounds, tips to improve presentation and communication skills, how to build a profile on LinkedIn and other social media platform, and portfolio creation, mock interview, how to overcome the fear of facing an interview, tools and website for the placement preparation. So if you have any questions, feel free to post either in the question and answer box or in the chat section, and I will get those answered by our expert one by one. So let's meet today's panelist, Dr. Sunita Sidhwani Tang. You are the founder of Leaders in Making, career coach, training and placement specialist, and mentor of change at Atal Innovation Mission Niti Ayog. I heartily welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shilpa. It is always pleasant surprise and pleasant moment to come back to Shiksha and to work with such beautiful generation of our nation. Thank you so much.
Likewise, ma'am. So let's begin this session. If I'll begin this session by, ma'am, I was just reading about few articles on-campus placement, and that is the time I got to know about off-campus placement. So there is a sense of perplexion. So is there any difference between on-campus and off-campus? And our approaches vary for both of them?
Okay. Let us understand the difference between on-campus and off-campus first. Now, there are two aspects of off-campus. Companies who are, invited by the placement department of the college, of the institution, if they have the availability, if they have the feasibility to come down to the campus, the company tries to visit the campus. Most of the time, it is for a good number of roles, 4, 5 number of placements, or a very, very big kind of recruitment like bulk hiring. Company prefer to come on campus during a particular academic year. Now, many times company do not have the feasibility to come down to on campus. So that is being made into off campus. One. Second, many times company do not have a policy to go to a particular college. Rather, they are open to invite the company, the college, the institution in their own premises. That is also off campus. Now, there is third situation or third scenario wherein company is done with all the campus recruitment process of the year, going to the institution, physically in a physical mode, and dealing with the placement coordinators of all the institutions across nation. But then they are still left with some of the position, or people who were selected, they are not available to join, or there is an increase in the number of position, or there is a change in the position, or there are more positions in different or the same department. Under all circumstances, the company forms the off-campus process, which is primarily done post March, post April, when colleges are off. So under these circumstances, when company invites candidate to their premises, that is known as off-campus. And when company is coming to your campus, to your institution for the process, it is known as on-campus. But as I shared that if company do not have a feasibility, the company call it off-campus, but it is a campus placement process only done by an institution. So when you are done with your college, when you are done with your college placements, and thereon, if you apply through various websites like naukri.com, like LinkedIn, it is definitely an off-campus process.
Thank you, ma'am, for clearing this doubt about the on-campus and off-campus.
But it should not make any difference to the candidate, because the process will always remain the same. If the process says that you will first have PPT, then you will have a GD, then you will have 3 different rounds of interviews. Good MNC's process or good Indian companies' process is not going to change until and unless it's a lateral or an experienced kind of recruitment. When I say experience, that means, above fresher level or above beginner level. There, and even in off campus, if they are inviting people for lateral recruitment, they might skip the PPT part. But otherwise, if a company during an academic season, if inviting you to the company premises, whether on, whether off campus, the process is going to remain the same. So while you are preparing for placement, while any candidate who is preparing for a job, for a career, the on-campus and off-campus concept should not hamper your frame of mind and your preparation, because that completely depends on the approvals of the company and the feasibility of the company, that whether company has the feasibility to go, whether the company has the approval to go, whether the college has the approval to invite them, exams are not going on. So on and off depends upon the two-party mutual availability and agreement. That should not define the frame of mind of the candidate. That is very important. So students, it should not bother you whether it is on campus or off campus. It is just technical difference.
Ma'am, most of the time it is said that the recruiters just be little lenient when it comes to on-campus placement as compared to off-campus placement. So is it a myth or truth?
Okay, so when you go to someone's home, are you not cordial? And when you invite somebody to their office, you are again very serious and you seems to be a professional. My dear friends, in India, when somebody talks politely and somebody is friendly with you, we take them as a lenient HR. No. When they are coming to your home, they are equally good with you. They are okay with you. But that doesn't mean that leniency, the friendliness is considered as leniency and that is being converted into the process. That is not going to happen actually. So it's not like that. Just that they are coming to your campus, they are just friendly. But when you go to their office, they will be in the same frame of mind. So it's just like that. But when you are going through any campus process, kindly do not focus more on the body language or the kind of, the tone the HR is using. Try to concentrate on the process more, that what all process will be there. What I have noticed in the young generation, in the millennium, that, they consider a lot that HR spoke to them very nicely. HR spoke to them very politely. He was good with us. That HR was very straightforward with us. Irrespective of these facts, please understand the frame of mind, the conscious frame of the HR for the process which you are there. So focus is being shifted. When your focus gets shifted from a professional process to the body language and tone of the HR, you are distracting your mind. So keep the focus on the process. Be focused.
Next up, ma'am, I would like to ask you, whenever we have to face an interview, HR on the friendly note suggests to just go through the company profile. So what and how to research about a company? Why it is important to research about a company?
Okay. See, for any company, whether you are applying for the interview right now or whether you are applying for any point of time in your career, whenever you are applying for a company at any stage of your career, it is important to understand the business line of the company first. Until and unless you will not understand and research about the company, how you will know that which industry you are targeting? You are definitely applying for a company, but my dear, before that company, you are applying for that industry, and in that industry, you are applying to that company, and in that company, you are applying to a department and to a particular role. So in order to fulfill the eligibility of that particular role, you should be familiar with that industry. So the purpose of doing the research is not just knowing about the company, but knowing about the industry primarily. So when you're doing the research, please keep in mind that you need to understand that companies are under types of industries. So understand the industry first, then go to the company, its origin, the business line, the kind of product and services the company is giving, where all it is located, and what all functions they are into. When they have started operating a particular function, when they have started operating a particular function in a particular region, How many tentative employees are there? What is the company size in terms of revenue generation, which is available or net, and the company size in terms of number of employees, and probably review of a company for past 2 to 3 years. This much research is always needed whenever you go for any job in a particular company. And when you're doing that research, then you should have a basic understanding of your functional role. Please keep in mind, you are going to that company for a particular functions job role. HR, marketing, IT, IB, आप कौन से primarily main function में जा रहे हैं? You should be aware about it for that industry. And in that industry, in that function, in that company, you are giving that job interview. So this should be the sequence. And when you're going for an interview, you should have an idea about couple of competitors in that industry with that functional role. What is happening with other companies in the same industry in the similar kind of function? This much is highly needed, even if you are a fresher or you are a middle level or you are a senior level employee. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
That's the base of research. Students will be question mark when they are asked, okay, what do you think the company belongs to which industry? Question mark. Okay, what do you think the main business line of a company? Question mark. Okay, when do you think the company started operating? Question mark. How many number of locations we have? Question mark. This is all research you have to do. That is known as preparation. And then when you move forward, you need to take the printout of job description always when you are going, my dear, because they will be asking all the questions from that job description. And the moment you say, sir, I have not read it, or I have read it, but I don't remember, you will not go ahead in the process. So please take a printout of the job description and match your resume, your CV with that job description, that whatever eligibility they are talking about, they will not skip the eligibility because you are known to them. You are a very good candidate. No company, no HR has the liberty to cross the eligibility just for a simple candidate. It is against values and ethics of the HR industry. The eligibility needs to be marked in your CV, whether you have that eligibility or not. In the job description, in the role, whether you have those points similar into your relevant experience. Now, when I say relevant experience, even if you are a fresher, please support your CV with n number of relevant internships and project in the industry you are targeting and in the function you are targeting. These two are different things. Whenever time will permit, I will try to explain this more to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Comprehensively, you have explained why to do research, its importance. Let me just conclude it in a way. What ma'am has said, who has just joined, I have actually seen few people have joined just now.
Okay.
So, it is important to understand the industry. This is what ma'am said, which further a company deals with. So when you are just doing research, it's important to first understand the industry you are applying in and then the company. It is important to, in the research, it's important to understand the origin, business line, product and services, location, functions and operations, number of employees, revenue, and a review of the company, right, ma'am?
Review of the company is very important.
Okay.
I would like to tell you that, take reviews from people who have done a work. Don't make a decision on the basis of review only. Our youngsters make the decision on the basis of review. Their cousin said, oh, it's not a good company, they will not go. Somebody said in their relationship, it company is very good, they will go. Please go and experience yourself. Your job is not your end to the world. You can always reallocate to some other company. You can always reapply to some other companies. You can always shift from that particular company. Try to collect multiple reviews from multiple sources. Maybe somebody known to your family. LinkedIn is a very beautiful place wherein you can have genuine, feedback from people who are already working there. Glassdoor is another. So have multiple reviews from multiple places analyze it, but please go for the process and experience it yourself, because your experience is going to be your experience.
Ma'am, sometimes we just directly approach people who are already working in a particular organization. Will it be a right way to just ask them how's the company is? Can they guide us with some questions for the particular post we are applying in?
There is always a way of how you approach people. So we'll do a session sometime on that now. But in a short note, for student understanding and extended support, I am helping you out here. For example, you are approaching somebody on LinkedIn. When you send a connect note to them, please introduce yourself. For example, Shilpa is working in shiksha.com and I want to apply in Shiksha. First, I will try to locate who is working in shiksha.com, maybe a particular function. We have many places, especially LinkedIn, wherein we can understand the profile of a person who is already working in Shiksha for a particular role. Once you connect, you can write a very humble and graceful message. Dear Ms. Sharma, my name is Dr. Sunita Tang. I have connected with you via LinkedIn, and may I seek your time for some suggestion if it is feasible to you. I wish to apply in shiksha.com for so-and-so role. If your time permits or if it is convenient and feasible to you, I would like to have some inputs and suggestions from you. This is a very professional platform, and if given a word politely and humbly, people will definitely try to help you out. 100% they will help you out. But there is a way of applying to people. Be very soft, be very humble, and you will be able to get more information. And yes, it is absolutely, there is no harm in inquiring from people about their review, feedback. People will apply, people will not apply. That's their will. But you can definitely connect couple of people from your, LinkedIn, and you can also inquire from people from your alumni bunch. Try to see which alumni from which batch is working into that particular company. LinkedIn is so up to date today that you will find one or the other alumni, definitely if the company is reputed. But try to have multiple reviews. Do not form a decision on the basis of that review. That is what I'm trying to say. So it is absolutely okay. How you are communicating, how you're delivering is more important. Have good intentions, people will help you.
Okay. Thank you for guiding us, ma'am. Next up, I want to ask you for the campus, on campus placement, we have several phases and several rounds like pre-placement, presentation, GD, written and interview, personal round. So what all questions are expected and how to answer them is a kind of art. So we need your guidance on these pointers.
Okay. See, generally in the pre-placement talk, the company will explain about their background, the background which I have told you, industry, their background, their functional role. They will only not talk about the role they are offering. They will first give you the brief, and they will also tell you the eligibility, and they will also tell you that if you join their organization, what all benefits you are going to get apart from the salary you are getting. Many good companies have great tie-ups for UG and PG courses from India and abroad also. However, when you are there in the GD process, they will 100% pick up only those questions which are relevant to their industry or to their company. Company comes under industry, so they will talk more about the industry, or they will pick some common familiar concept which is related to job description. That's GD. Interview is definitely specific related to the company background and absolutely on the job description, and a brilliant grilling on the kind of project and internships you have done. Now, it is not necessary that being a fresher, you would have done the project or internship in the same industry, in the same company, or maybe in the competitor. It is not many times possible. How you are delivering your analysis for that project, how the USP of that internship you are able to count it and present it and deliver it, that the HR is actually looking into, especially at the fresher level, but not at the experience level. Once you enter in the company and you start doing a job, I'm not talking about a project or an internship. Once you start doing a job, then you have to do the relevant job in the same industry with different kind of companies. You cannot change or hop the industry just like that. Or maybe you are following one particular function. If time permit, I will try to explain this today only because this is very important. If you're working in a function could be one, IT, or function could be one, finance. So finance is with manufacturing also, finance is with BSI also, finance is with pharmaceuticals also, finance is with research also. So the industry may differ, but your function is same. So you need to understand this also. So while you are in the campus at a fresher level, the relevance of your project, how you carried out, what was your research analysis, whether it was a single or a team size, and how the research analysis has contributed straight to the business goals that the HR sees in the interview. And very important, what is your preparation on job description? If you are brilliant in company background, if you are brilliant in explaining your CV, but you are a big circle in job description, you will be told better luck next time. And if you are brilliant with job description, and if you have not studied with company background, they will shortlist you. Keep my words in mind. They will shortlist you because you were good in JD. You were very specific with your JD. You learned it well. You presented it well, but you were not aware about the company and the background. They will call you for another round, 100%. And they will tell you because they want to take you. You are a good fit for the job role. But I was not interested in reading the company background. They are interested that you should know where you are applying. It's extremely important that you should be aware about the company and its business. So they will definitely call you for the second round. So do not be disheartened. Prepare yourself well. You will be only selected in one situation. If your knowledge related to job description matches, and if they feel that you are a good fit in the salary along with the company's culture, that's all. They will not look primarily at a later stage, which college they went, you came. These all things are not important, actually at a later stage after your selection.
So ma'am, let's move ahead. And when we come for, in most of the interviews, it is said that those who are good in presentation skills or in the communication skills are preferred over the candidates who just have the right amount of knowledge. So that means they're looking for the candidate who has the right amount of knowledge plus the good presentation skill and communication skill. So we need to know some tips from you how we can improve our presentation and communication skills.
Okay. One who is brilliant in presentation skills, excellent in communication skills, but is not talking sense related to company's process will not be taken. Candidate 2, person is brilliant in technical skills and is very poor in delivery. How he will deal with employees of the company and with the clients of the company? So even if they will take that particular candidate who is brilliant in the technical skills, but is not able to communicate, the normal communication is very, very weak. The basic English is weak or the basic English is wrong. It will be difficult for that employee or that student or that candidate to work along with the other employees of the company, and the image he will be following outside in front of the client. So only the candidate, there is no edge. Only the candidate who is good in communication, reasonably good in English, understandable English, communicative English, has a nice way of delivering it. Presentation is delivery, is able to make them understand with the basic right English about the correct content. That candidate will be selected. Right English, fluency, which counts to be delivery, and the delivery of the content and the delivery of the right content. So it's a blend. Somebody who is brilliant in English and is not talking sense, or is not giving answers, or is making circles in the interview will not be selected. They'll tell them, prepare next time well. You're not prepared. Just speaking good English is not going to get a role for you, or just being brilliant in the work. Yes, there are many occasions I have seen in my career of 23 years of placing more than 25,000 students in my career. If you are very good technically, they will still shortlist you. 100%. Trust me. If it is for good HR or good finance, good IT, good marketing, but they will not give you that role which is client facing. They will put you in some back-end work, coordination, filing, dealing with the processes, which is more on computer, not with people interaction more, because you're good technically. So second time, that candidate 100% gets the call from the company then and there, or maybe in later few weeks, that you are not selected for that role because of the lack in the communication skills. But since you are technically very good, we can offer you this position. They will keep you in mind 100%.
So ma'am, next up, the two questions I'm going to ask you is like based on the questions students have asked me to ask you. So this is like what to reply when we are asked to introduce ourselves. So because this is the only question which make us nervous in the beginning and how to perform good in the rest of the process. So if you could just guide on this.
Before I tell you what is included and tell me something about yourself, I will tell you how to prepare for it first. See, whatever you want to say about yourself, please write it on a paper. This needs a very good practice. You need to write it on a paper and you need to summarize it probably in 100, 150 or 200 words. This is an exercise to be done. And then you have to record it, maybe on your phone, and then you have to practice it. When you will record on your phone 10 times, 15 times, 20, 30 times, you will be used to that tell me something about yourself. So your hesitation to face somebody will vanish. That's the brilliant way to people I have ever coached for career coaching in my career. They have performed really well writing, recording, and practicing it multiple times. And then practicing it with known people. Your basic hiccups will go. Now, tell me something about yourself is definitely some part is included from your resume. You're born and brought up, basic about education. Primarily, tell me something about yourself should talk about two things: your passion in life and how you relate that passion of your life with the professional goals. I have seen students' passion is not known and forget about matching with the professional goal, which is haywire. You need to be at least, I understand being a fresher, you are not sure where you will be after 5 years, 10 years. Post-COVID, it is even not sure. Market keeps on changing after every 6 months, every year more than expected. So at least target that you would like to go further into a particular industry or a particular function, and that function you would like to explore till what extent. Tell me something about yourself should be the basic of everything in bits, just 30 seconds. And another 30 seconds, your passion of life. And another 30 seconds, how you relate it as a USP for a professional goal. USP. USP means tell me something about yourself, how it can be a unique answer when thousands of people are getting interviewed for a role. What is your unique selling point? How you are different with people? How your personal capability can help a company to grow their business goals? Please, dear candidates, think about it time and again. After every 3 months, please review your tell me about yourself. Make a recording, another time review it after 6 months. You will definitely find great improvement in that. But please be sure that, even if you have done projects and internships, where are you leading in life, in the professional life? That should be included in tell me something about yourself, so that the HR or the recruiter is so interested in listening that he will tell you on your face, please tell me more. When the interviewer will tell you, please tell me more about this point, that means you have already cleared that question. Okay, but it should talk about your education little bit, though it is included in CV, but quick glimpse about your basics of your family and your work you have done so far, and how it is your professional goal and the personal passion is have an alignment into that. That is very important. But it should not be more than a minute or so. That is why I'm telling you, please write it on a paper, record it. When you will record it, you will be able to make it in 1.5 minutes. Till the time you will not write it, you will not record it, you will not know what you have to tell. And then you will immediately, when you will go for an interview in front of the chair, then you practice in front of the interviewer. So practicing alone and before, not in front of the HR.
Okay. सो मैम कुछ बच्चों से मैं कल बात कर रही थी और उनका कहना था कि कुछ जो क्वेश्चंस है उनका आंसर उनको पता होता है लेकिन दे जस्ट रन आउट ऑफ वर्ड्स अगर इंग्लिश में उनसे पूछा जाता है सो उनके पास कोई शब्द नहीं होता लेकिन उस क्वेश्चन का आंसर होता है पर्टिकुलरली टेक्निकल राउंड में ऐसे में क्या हम लैंग्वेज शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं इंग्लिश से हिंदी
लैंग्वेज शिफ्ट रेयर करनी चाहिए जब तक इंटरव्यूअर ना करे. That will not give you a right signal. So whenever you are very confident about your concept, then you should have a shift in the language. Otherwise, please follow the process only of the HR interviewer, the language of the HR interviewer. Now, the reason why students are short of, words, do we have a writing habit left? My question to all of you in the room today, we only write on our, phone, on WhatsApp. We only write on computer with the email, but do we have the writing habit? Even if we are writing on paper or we are writing about anything on the computer. So original writing will always help in making what you want to articulate the best. So we are not short of words. We are short of the art of articulating our thoughts, our feelings. That is very important. So my humble request to all of you out there that whenever you are preparing for any particular company, when you have questions set with them, please either type it on computer as a practice or write it and then practice. My dear friends, you people apply for a campus interviews without practicing the technical rounds of the company. You just hear, you just read, and you go. But have you practiced what you are supposed to say there? What role you are going to, you are an interviewee there. Have you practiced that role of being an interviewee there? That is missing when you are going for a campus process. So when you will practice before going, even the technical questions, even the way I have told you how to prepare, tell me about yourself, prepare about 5 to 6 questions. Start with your projects and internships. What was your goal? What was the analysis? How it matched with the business goal of the organization? What was the team side? 3 points. Mention 3 points, learn it, record it, and then present it to somebody. This is the way you should keep on presenting and keep a record of your videos. Listen to it time and again on your phone or on your laptop. That is really going to help you out. So the words are not less. The way to articulate your thought, feeling, and your knowledge here, that you need to work upon tremendously. That is much needed in youngsters today.
Ma'am, next up we have a question from Shivani Vadva. And she's asking how to explain a gap year during the interview process.
I think I have a student by this name, Shivani Vadva. I'm not sure whether she's my student or not. Lovely student though. Okay, now gap year is no sin. Please keep that in mind. Everybody has a gap year. We are humans, not robots. How you utilized that gap is very important. You should be very clear with the reason of that gap. Number one, if you are taking that gap due to health reason, please be honest about it. Don't feel lie or don't feel guilty about taking a gap. There is no harm taking the gap. But if you are taking the gap to waste it, then there is a problem. Yeah, gap aa gaya hai, so you should start filling up that gap with certifications, with extra knowledge, so that you can justify the interviewer that you are not getting a role of your choice. So you invested that time into doing something extra additional as technical skills and upgradation into your profile. So be honest about it. There is no harm. However, my only suggestion to all kids out there, please pick up a role which do not have a bond, but is filling your gap with at least some experience and exposure. You have to do something. If you're sitting idle, not learning, not working on any project or a job, please pick it up some kind of internships. Keep on doing your work. A good company will always understand that why you have taken that gap, until and unless there was a medical emergency of yours or maybe of your family. We all are humans. We have to be human. And you have good paperwork to support what you have told. That is very important. Many times you will see that people do not have documents to support their gap. That's the problem. So gap is not a sin. How you're utilizing, अगर आपको अपनी मनपसंद जॉब नहीं मिल रही है, आप उस टाइम में प्रोजेक्ट ले लीजिए, इंटर्नशिप ले लीजिए या स्किल्स अपग्रेड कर लीजिए. Do something, but use that gap if it is not a medical break.
Ma'am, next up we have another question, and it's like, which function to be learned in Excel software which are commonly used in corporate sector?
See, there are 15 to 20 MS Excel function. I don't remember those functions right at the moment, but I think I have conducted many workshops which do not relate to the basic Excel function, but advanced Excel function. Since I am not a technical person and I use only very simple Microsoft Excel, but I had a list of 15 functions which were used in research organizations. I can share that list with you. It is still with me from a corporate with Shilpa ji, and she can upload it on the link somewhere. However, I would definitely prefer that you learn some tools like Tabule and Power BI, because these tools are very, very important for you to have predictive analysis and for you to have business simulations as a role play, so that you are able to understand the business outcome. This much you must do, and prefer doing advanced Excel, please. If you are done with simple Microsoft Excel and you really want to do a corporate job, please go for advanced Excel. That is really going to help you out, and do it in a form of a certification. LinkedIn also offer the Excel certifications. Do it from Coursera is there. These two are very good platforms. Just go from there. But then Power BI and Tabule, these are very beautiful things. One must go if you are looking forward for a job in the corporate.
So before we just move ahead, I'm just going to take a minute because I'm going to launch a poll so that we can understand whether you are liking this session or not, and this session is helpful to you or not. So it has two questions. First question is this session helpful? You can answer it in a yes or no. And the second question is, how likely would you recommend this webinar to your friends? You can rate from 1 to 10. 1 is being not likely at all and 10 is being extremely likely. So I would request all the attendees to please poll so that accordingly we can plan further webinars. Ma'am, meanwhile, we can answer a few more questions.
Sure.
Poonam Kaswa has this question: on or off campus placement, which is better?
The job role is important to you, irrespective of off role and on role. I told you that it is just the company's decision and feasibility. Ultimately, your job role and job offer is more important. If 10 companies are coming to your campus and you are not selected even in one, and if you're going for off campus and you like the role and you were selected, ultimately what counts for you? Your job and your offer letter. Please keep that from mind, that off campus or on campus is more important than the job role you are getting or the company you are getting, the letter, I mean to say. That is, at any point of time, it is more important than off and on campus. Prefer going to all those companies, irrespective of location, wherever you are interested as a job role.
So ma'am, next up, let me ask you another question, which I can see. How to make video resume impactful?
Okay, now video resume should not be more than 1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds are more than enough. Now, when you are making a video resume, you will see many times the voice is coming, the PPT is moving. No. When you are making a video resume, ensure that it is clubbed. You people are youngsters. You people know how to use the technology to best of your knowledge. So half of the portion should be you explaining the thing, and half of the portion should talk about your background, your educational qualification, and what projects you have done, and what is your future goal. That has to be covered in 90 seconds, apart from the relevant work you have done, maybe for a particular industry. That needs to be covered in 90 seconds. So while you are explaining, oh, not only just the voice, it is good if you have yourself talking and explaining, and if the content is moving on the other side. If that is not possible, at least have your picture and then the content moving, not with your voice, not just the content and you are nowhere, because your face and you will not be visible. Then the HR will not be able to relate it to you. That is very important. You should be visible enough. And many times, many candidates do not prefer writing. They only want to talk in 90 seconds, which is also fine. If you feel you're confident, if you feel you have a nice fluency, if you feel that your delivery style, the pronunciation, the modulations, the way I'm putting emphasis, if it is great, then you have your own USP of producing videos. When I'm giving you an example. When somebody tell me to send something, they always ask a video from me. And I always give them 30 seconds, 1 minute video, because everybody has their USP. So instead of investing my time in making that video and all that clubbing, I quickly make my video, because my USP is modulation, my USP is emphasizing, my USP is pronunciation, my USP is expressing. So if this is your USP, then there is nothing better than a video resume. Please bank on it. It really helps you a lot. Okay.
So, ma'am, we have a few more questions we have received from the attendees. When the HR asks about the salary which we are expecting, what should be the answer?
Any good company, MNC or an Indian MNC, will not ask salary from you. They have their own bandwidth. And when you are applying for their job description, it will be mentioned that this is the job description and this is the salary, and then only you should apply. Please know, if you apply without knowing the salary or without showing that you skipped the salary part, you will be made out of the process 100%. They will not modify the salary as per your choice. One. Second, for example, you went for a particular job and the salary was mentioned, but you have experience. You can inquire about it. You can explore about it. But if that salary bracket is for a particular campus, they can get more candidates from open market in the same salary. They will not modify the salary if you demand so. Yes. If you say that, sir, I am interested in your company and I have applied in this CTC, knowing that this is the CTC, be very clear, be very honest, but I feel that I have more experience. Is there any possibility of the revision in the bracket, sir? Please inquire. They will tell you, no, it is not possible because it is the maximum bandwidth. Or if they really like you and if they really feel that you can be fit into some other higher role, they will definitely tell you that, okay, we can consider your request and we can definitely see if there is a better role for you. But they will simultaneously remember this is going to happen 100%. They will inquire. But if not, will you be interested in the same role with same salary? Then and there they will inquire. And if you say yes, they will carry on. If you say no, they will reject you for sure. So that is very clear. Now, small grade companies, less number of employees, temporary kind of companies, they will say, they will negotiate about salary. A good company always have CTC first. Always. They have a range. But for freshers, they have fixed CTC. Out of 9 good companies, out of 10 good companies, 9 will have. 1 will maybe have a range. But if companies are coming on, on campus, good companies I'm talking about, A grade or A+, they will always have a CTC, which is non-changeable, 100%. And one more thing, even if you're applying for a very good role to a good company, please do not look at salary in the initial stage of your career. Please have a good tag and good work into your profile. And then you can definitely go ahead with it. Okay, but don't see, if you will keep on working on for money, you will not have quality work. I'm not saying you're not going to get it. What is your focus in the initial part of your career? Rather, this should be your focus in all the years. But I understand, being human, we have our daily bread and butter, we have our daily routines, we have our family responsibility. But ultimately, your focus on the quality of your work should be the main thing which you should be prioritizing in the initial part of your career, if you can afford the finances.
Thank you for answering that, ma'am. Next up, we have a question from one of the attendee. Does grade matters during the interview, and how does it impact if we want to get our wish role?
Grade always matter if the company says that this is the eligibility. They will not change. I have done so many campuses, even lateral recruitments. If the eligibility says so and so grade, 100% they are not able to change. However, but if you wish to apply for a particular industry or a particular company, please wait for lateral recruitments after having some experience. Because eligibility will say, initially eligibility will say MBA, BTech, PGDBM, UG, BBA, BCom, whatever, and this should be the percentage initially. Later on, after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, the eligibility will say only this UG or PG and this much of experience. So the grade is being replaced by experience. Initially, it will be 100% grade. And when you will sit in the company PPT and after that there is an aptitude test, even they will not allow you to appear if you have not crossed the benchmark of the aptitude. They will not modify for a particular candidate. That is for sure.
Ma'am, next up we have a question. How to build up LinkedIn profile, how to create a powerful LinkedIn profile to attract more recruiters?
See, first, forget about attracting. Build it first. When you will build it, it will shine on its own. And then you will attract. You have to develop those qualities. Please have a professional photograph on LinkedIn. We don't want sea beaches photograph. We don't want a modeling photograph. We want a professional, this length photo with professional dress up. I do not mean to say that you are not in a t-shirt or a jeans. Please wear that, be open. But your body language should be formal. One. Second, the details, please go to About Me section, your profile section. It should be crystal clear, the education, the tags of your university, the tags of your certifications. That has to be very clear on LinkedIn. Keep on doing some or the other project or internship and keep on doing at least one certification in 3 to 6 months of time. Attraction is later. First, build up your profile. Please build up your profile for 6 months or 1 year on this basis, so that you have all the relevant institutions tag, you have good relevant project and internships tag and the company's logo, and you have couple of good certifications, 3 or 4 certifications during UG or PG during that year in that particular profile. Have a build good profile, be interactive on that profile. You made it today, you didn't interact it for 3 months. You didn't posted any relevant thing. You didn't, comment on the relevant places also. And whenever you're commenting on LinkedIn, people see your comment, and in comment, they don't see your English only. They see the analysis of that post. This is the way you build up your LinkedIn profile. So your question is how to build a profile is this. Build a profile, apply to relevant places, start commenting with analysis on relevant places, then you will attract. You will shine, and then you will keep on attracting. And please make a notepad. Wherever you are applying, connect with the recruiter there. Start connecting with the recruiters just like that. People apply, people connect when the recruiter is of a particular company and you want to apply in that company. No, start thinking about industry now. Start thinking about companies now. And whenever you see recruiters of that particular company, start connecting. Whenever there is any relevant position, project, internship, job, it will reflect on their window. You will have the idea what all positions are available. Another way, you can directly apply to them on window, personal window, if you have connected with them. Dear ma'am, this is my profile. Can I get your time for discussion? Or can I request you to have a look at my profile? Give you your LinkedIn profile link and seek guidance. Never say, I want to apply. Do you have any position? They will never reply. Can I seek your guidance, Miss Shakshi, on my profile? Here is my LinkedIn profile for your kind look at your convenient time. There is a way of requesting the advice and suggestion. Then they will apply. Then they will reply also. And believe me, people will tell you that there is a position. You can always see on my, LinkedIn window, whenever it is there, please ping me up. They will tell you, provided you are talking sense and you are humble enough in your delivery. So this is the way your LinkedIn profile should be built. And this is the way you attract people with your content. LinkedIn is one of the most successful professional site I have ever witnessed in my career. People quickly after hearing your name will go to your LinkedIn profile without telling you, and that's your credibility. LinkedIn profile is your credibility in today's market. Don't feel that you're going to make it in 6 months or 1 year's time. Please take time in building that. And whatever new you are doing, have pictures, put your analysis, have pictures, post it on your window. Or even if you have a comment or a thought, please post it on your window and invite for suggestions and do positive and good, healthy interactions. This is the way you build up your profile. And with all these features, you start attracting good people. Okay.
Ma'am, next up we have a question from Ram, and he's asking, salary offered on campus is always higher than off campus. Why, ma'am? As I'm rejected on campus, but got selected off campus at a low salary.
Yes, many times, because company have their own, have their own time and own salary structure to invite a company. And many times once company are filled with that position, they reduce the amount because they do not have a tie-up with the, the college anymore. They're done with the recruitment and they know in the lower salary, they will definitely have, more number of candidates. But there is a but into that. Good company who are aware about their values, ethics, and reputation in market, they will not do that. And I will not name a company here. There was a company who was giving different packages to different affiliated colleges under the same university. The company was boycotted by the candidates itself, and it was collecting bad name for itself in the fraternity of students. So a lot of students or candidates started leaving that company, different salaries to different employees, and people started discussing. In longer run, these things will not do. So if you if you're not satisfied with the job or the salary, if you're getting frustrated about it, that level, you should not join that company, even if you are in need, because you will go to your life, you will go to your office daily with frustration. That is not good for your mental and emotional health also. But yes, company do reduce, but good companies most of the time maintain the same salary. Because many times good company will only open for off campus when they know that now they are not going to get candidates from the colleges, or they are done with their campuses with whom they have tie up, but now they are open to open market. So most of the time the salary is same.
Ma'am, next up we have question from Haripriya and Deepika. They both have the similar question. What additional courses they can do if they are the MBA aspirant? And one is for the finance specialization.
Okay. Now, I always tell you guys that whatever qualification you are doing, UG or PG, please keep in mind that's a technical qualification. Your certification is your professional qualification. Now, when you're talking about finance, there are many, many certifications which you can do in finance. You have to be very specific first that where you want to go. You want to go into accounting, you want to go into finance. That has to be very, very specific. Before talking about specialization, I want to tell you something. On specialization, you belong to any specialization, two kind of certificates are much needed today. One is Excel, advanced Excel. You can do it from LinkedIn, you can do it from Coursera. It is 100% needed in all types of jobs. Second is the analytics. Now, whether you are in HR function, whether you are in finance function, whether you are in marketing functions, please do related analytics course, data analytics, HR analytics, marketing analytics. Please do analytics course the beginner level LinkedIn hai, Coursera hai, Udemy hai, Academy for Innovative HR hai, from where you can do HR courses. Finance ke you have so many foundation courses, you can do that. But certifications are very important because those are professional certifications. Irrespective of your specializations, you should do Excel, analytics, and one certification on effective communication skills. These three certifications, professional certifications, you must do irrespective of your certifications. And there are many, many certifications. I have a channel called Leaders in Making, where I'm already making reels on different specializations with different kind of certifications in the form of reel and in the form of elaborated forms of those certifications. Since time is less, you can have a look, but you must do it from Coursera, beautiful content. You must not skip LinkedIn. Always see the course content on LinkedIn. And for HR, yes, Academy to Human Resource Innovative HR Professionals is very, very important. Now, one thing I would like to incorporate here, if you are a beginner, please go for basic certifications first. For example, in finance, you have foundation courses. And in HR, you also have basic financial foundation courses. Human Resource Information System, HR Foundation course, Human Resource Specialist. Now, when you talk about human resource, you have certain certifications for skilled professionals, for senior professionals. Please do not do those senior professional course initially in the first 3 years of your career, because you don't have that amount of experience to relate to those certifications. It will not be of use, or a leadership kind of a role in a certification right at the moment. Please use basic foundation courses certifications only at the initial 0 to 1 or 0 to 2 years of your certifications. But you have ample in all these specializations, and you must do.
Ma'am, next up we have again question from Shivani. She is asking, ma'am, can we learn MS Excel from YouTube? And if you have any reference, then you can just
see YouTube is full of information. You can definitely learn from it. But if you are applying for a corporate job, you will be only supported with good knowledge, but a certification is much needed in today's time. Companies need certification, and there is no harm in doing certification. LinkedIn is free of cost certification for MS Excel. You can do that.
So ma'am, yesterday I was having word with one of the recruiter who just recruits a student at the college. So she was saying, when I asked about the resume, student give me CV. When I asked about the CV, they give me resume. So there's a confusion. She said that when we asked a resume from the candidate, they submit only CV. So is there any difference?
See, it depends what you are being taught for. Today's contemporary form is only one page. Now, when you talk about resume, it is generally one page. But when you talk about curriculum vitae, it talks about a whole lot of other stories also, 2 page, 3 page, explaining everything. However, during the campus placement, people only, these are 2 words which are used for the biodata, which the students understand. My suggestion to all the students, whether you call it a CV or whether you call it a resume, please have it professional one page. You will not, you keep on explaining your details in 2 to 3 pages. This was the project, this was the internship, 10 lot of, your passion area, networking, tracking, books. Now, when I ask you, tell me the book you last read, fiction, non-fiction, blank. Tell me the latest 3 books in this area, blank. Please talk sense in your resume. And it is primarily a resume. Curriculum vitae is not being much used because it was a very, very detailed one. Have 1 page relevant resume. And yes, these terms are used or overused and overlapped against each other. But at student level, we primarily call it resume. Even at later level also, we tell the people, not resume, we tell people to share their profile. That means resume. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. So actually, we all are really enjoying your session, the way you are explaining each and everything. But ma'am, it's time to wrap up our session for today. But instead of asking you for the concluding words, I'm going to ask you a question: how we can practice facing real interviews without any fear?
Okay, you have to start interacting more with strangers. And there is no harm. Let me tell you, LinkedIn is so, beautiful, professional.
Ma'am, you are getting muted again.
Are you getting other voices? Because there is a plane also going on.
No, that's fine, ma'am.
Okay. Now, LinkedIn is such a beautiful platform. YouTube is also, exploring, people are exploring a lot. Start talking to more new people. Okay. And there is another way you can start your own YouTube channel. You can start your own clips. You can start your own interaction with people of your age. The more you will talk with strangers, the more confident you will be in an interview. And the more you will record your videos and the more you will listen to your videos, you will start interacting with new people more. Another way, if you're hesitant of talking to new people, you can start talking to people who are known to you, but in language English, just to make yourself comfortable in the company environment with known people first. With your classmates, with your known friends, and then with your teachers, you can start giving more processes. Then probably people who are coming for campus, try to help them, connecting them over LinkedIn. When they're coming to you, introduce yourself, request them that whether they are open enough to connect with yourself over LinkedIn, whether they can have your 5 or 10 minutes of time. So try to connect with more professional, unknown people so that you wash away the fear of talking to strangers or HR people. The more you talk to strangers in language communication and with sense, if you talk about party and other things, that is not going to help you. Talk sense, relevant discussions, and you will be able to wave off the fear of, HR interviews.
So thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for conducting this wonderful session and answering all our doubts. And thank you to all the people who have attended this session. And I hope this session will be helpful to you. And this session particularly will be available on Shiksha's YouTube channel, link of which I'm sharing in the chat box. So you can just copy it down and this video will be available in some time. And with this, I'm Shilpa signing off. Till then, take care and keep dreaming high. Bye-bye.